dealing with St James's traffic lights now, which used to be a roundabout but it's now a traffic light junction. This route we're following from Bidston going towards Claughton and Oxton, so it's a right hand turn at the traffic lights. So we check our centre and right mirror, give a right indicator and hold the right hand lane. The lights have gone to red, which is a good thing because I can explain a little bit more about what we're going to do next. So it's just like a crossroad would be. We have to give way to the traffic that's just bent to the left there where the bus is. So we move into a position just by the right arrow in the junction, and if it's safe and clear we can make that turn. If there's traffic coming from the left, we would have to hold for that traffic unless our filter arrow comes on. So I'm just going to run my car just towards the grid that's just on the floor. I'm not going to use all the space and pause at that point. I can now see a gap, nothing coming from ahead, and making my turn. And then watch out for the next traffic light I'm about to pass. If that was on red, that is a separate light, we'd have to wait for that. We've just come into a 20 zone. This time we're heading towards Hoylake on the sign, so it's going to be a right hand turn and then following the road ahead. So we check our centre and right mirror, give a right indicator, and be careful that we are on a bit of a hill, so it's going to take a bit of control. Treat this junction to begin with the right hand turn like a crossroad, so we've got to give way to any of the traffic from ahead, so find a position to wait in the junction. There is a filter sequence that we can look out for as well, so always watch that advanced light in case that comes on. You will then have the priority to turn straight away. Do your best to see the signs by the church. We're looking for the white sign to either Hoylake or Oxton and Claughton. We want Hoylake this time, and I've seen that I want the right hand lane. It can get busy this junction, so if you can't fit all the way down the road, then wait in the centre of the road until it starts to clear. Chaff to the right starting to move, so I'll move myself round to the right on the filter arrow and the right hand lane, holding that lane to follow the road ahead, which is a bit like a right hand turn, but the arrow on the floor is telling us to treat it as an ahead, so that's why I'm not indicating. Watch out for the traffic light that we're just passing. If that was to change to red, then we would need to stop and give way to anyone crossing the road there. Now I'm heading from Wallasey towards Oxton and Claughton at St James's. This time I'm going to be heading from Wallasey towards Oxton and Claughton at St James's Church. So it's going to be a right hand turn at the first light, so I check the centre and right mirror, indicating drift into the right hand lane, and then taking my time going towards the junction in case the lights change, see what traffic's doing around me. So I'm trying to get a view of the sign by the church, which will guide me into which lane I need to take. Now I've done this road a few times, so I know that as I turn right here, I want to be looking for the left hand lane to follow towards Oxton and Claughton. My first focus is what the traffic from ahead is going to be doing, so I need to slowly move into a position to turn and wait and see whether I can see a space to turn on the solid green light or wait for my filtered arrow. Traffic does come quick from ahead around the bend, so I've got to watch out for that. The red car's got a good position there to hold. I can now see as well. I don't need the filter arrow, but it's come on now, and I've drifted round and then lent into the left hand lane and follow the bend around to the left. If you find yourself in this lane and it's not the lane you wanted, keep following it around to the left, and the examiner will just reroute you onto the next position or way to get back on route. We're on Tolly Road heading towards St James's Church Junction. At the lights we're going to be turning right and then left towards Wallasey Old Docks. So on the approach we still check our centre and right mirror, hold the right position, and I would use your right indicator to make it stand out to the traffic behind us and ahead of where we intend to go. When we're on green, none of the other traffic flows will be on green, so we'll have the priority to head through towards where we want to go, our destination. You'll see a second sign by the red brick building ahead of us towards Wallasey Old Docks. So my advice here is aim for the double yellow lines when we're following this route to the left of you, and then your lane will develop ahead. There we go, it brings us nicely into that left position. Again, I'd put a left indicator on here to turn left at the lights, but the lane only goes left, so if you didn't have an indicator on, it wouldn't go against you. We'll just watch our flow from the right and then drift into the left. This junction used to be a roundabout, and that's why we've got that shape. Now we're going to be going right at the traffic lights at St James's Church towards Birkenhead. So we've still got the shape of a roundabout as we approach here, so we bend left before we go right. See the sign tells us where Birkenhead is, so I check my centre and right mirror, give my right indicator, then do my best to hold a right position. When we're looking ahead now, we'll be able to see the road sign telling us which lanes are for the direction we want to go to. So we've been asked to follow towards Birkenhead, which is turning right. So now as I come around towards the building ahead of me, the red building, that I want the right hand lane of the two. Something to remember is once you've passed this line where we stop now, that advanced traffic light we can see is not a new stop line. That is just for us to see where we are now. So just checking it won't be long before I move away, so I'm starting to get my car prepared. As I move into the junction, I just look right and left to make sure I know what's coming round. Double check which lane I want, which is the right hand lane, and just hold my speed to take me safely into the right hand lane, because I know there's another traffic light just around the bend. Lots of stop starting at this junction around the church. Double check it's safe to move away with my mirrors. Take it around to the right, and again we've got a separate pedestrian crossing here. If the lights were on red, we'd have to stop here, but it's all safe for the moment, so I'll continue on my way. This route at St James's Church, we're going to be following from Birkenhead towards Hoylake Road and a side towards Hoylake. So we've got two junctions here. The first traffic light will go in left, and look out for your filtered arrows so you can notice that. And then look out for the road sign just to your left as you come around the corner to pick your lane. Because we want Hoylake, we want to drift to the right hand lane as we come around the bend and into the right hand lane, which shows the ahead arrow. On your sat nav, the instructions will be turn left, then turn right. So you want to do exactly what we did there. A separate light here, if it was on red, we'd want to stop at that line. The line's very difficult to see there, it's worn away, so watch out for that action.